Hello everyone. So in this lecture, we'll be actually migrating the animation files for the rifle animations, and also before that, I also need to fix some issues. The first is a simple one, that is I can actually see the character's chin while I'm trying to rotate to my right hand side, and now you can see on the middle right, you can see the chin a bit before the character turns actually. So we'll be fixing that. And the second issue that we have is while I'm moving back and go in a round circulish way, and I stop, and you can see that the character was first turned to one side before actually coming back to the proper direction, right? So these two things have to be fixed, right, before we move into our gun gameplay. And for that, we'll actually first go to the HOR folder and go to animations and open up the APP player. And over here, so this is something to do with this one, the yaw total. So not the yaw total, sorry. This will have to do something with this yaw last frame. So what I will do is let's debug this one out, okay? So when I'm not moving, this will print the string that will give us the yaw total when we are not moving, and this will be of the red color, okay? So we know this is our yaw total, and this one, the last frame will be of, let's say, pinkish, right? So this will help us understand. So now this is the pink one, which is like not moving, right? And this is the red one, which is while moving. That is the last frame, right? And while moving, this is zero. But the problem is the last frame already had a value at that very point, right? So see, again, that is the red one while moving. The yaw total is zero, but we already had the last frame at minus 79. So since we had it at last frame, what it's trying to do is when I'm zero again, the last frame becomes the delta, and then delta becomes the yaw total. So that's why it gets reset to uh, a value that was like before. Um, Before we started moving, right? And to fix this, what I think the solution would be is to have this one over here. So our your last frame gets called at all times, right? And from this one, right, we go to the branch, and this branch tells us that if it is true, go for the your delta bar, right? So I think this should solve the issue that we are facing. Now let's go ahead and test it out. Mm, Moving in a circle. I stop. Yeah, no issues. Yeah, see, since the yaw total is calculated at all times, even now when I'm moving, or even when I have the speed that is greater than zero. So what's happening is during that time, the your last frame remains and it's being calculated even then, right? And even then it's being actually calculated. So this one being set to zero, this is actually mm, getting set up. Where's the last frame? Sorry. Yeah, there's the last frame. So it's trying to negate it out from the current rotation and setting the delta, and the delta is adding with the yaw total, which then gives me so 0 plus whatever the delta has been moved gives me the yaw total, which is actually giving me the correct rotation even when I'm actually moving. So this is fine. Okay. And for the next part, that is very simple to be honest. So go to the third person character, go to the viewport and click on the camera. Okay, the follow camera, and just make it a bit in front, and this should fix it. Yeah, I can only see my shoulder to shoulder. Even if I am below, I can only see my shoulder. See, which is fine, which is good. And also for some reason, I think this camera or this camera boom should be a bit lower. Yeah, so and this camera I think should be a bit lower like this. And yeah, this one seems a bit better. This is good. Yeah, this is fine. So both the issues are fixed. So our let's move to the next part. And this would be to open up your Epic Games launcher and go to Marketplace. And we will be searching for the animation start. Sorry, animation starter pack. This one. So this is a free animation, okay, by Epic Games. So add it to your project. Okay, I'll add it to mine now. And once you have added, this is a small one, so it should be very quick. Okay. So once it has been added, you should find it in your content folder, anim starter pack. And over here, we open one of the animation sequences. Okay. Go to the skeleton and browse, and you'll find the skeleton mannequin for this one. We'll go ahead and delete it and change it with our mannequin underscore UV4 one and replace references. Press OK. Save selected, and let's go back. And now if you select all of this and right click, you'll see that all of these change with the animation that we are using. So now we also have this animation. Also, we have the aim offsets for our hip as well as iron sulfide. So this is good. And in our next lecture, we'll be yeah, in our next lecture, we'll actually go ahead and um, set up our we actually already have blend spaces, so we'll use these. And if there has to be made some changes, we'll make changes to these as it is and add them to our animation blueprint. Okay, so Thank you guys, and I will see you in the next lesson.